Hey guys, happy Tuesday and welcome to this edition of Q&A with the Ombre here on the Tequila Hombre channel. Normally, we do these Q&As and open discussions and podcast style content on the Ombre Cave channel. So if you want to participate and see these more often, we normally do them on the Ombre Cave channel twice a week. And we're going to be doing some interesting content on there. And it's going to be more of a podcast format, kind of like what we're doing here today, where we'll actually bring producers on, we'll bring brand owners on, and have all kinds of interviews and stuff like that on the Ombre Cave channel. So make sure you head on over there and subscribe to the Ombre Cave so you don't miss the live streams. We just figured we'd do one here. We haven't done one in a while. I wanted to check in with everybody and see what they're doing and let you know, too, about the Ombre Cave channel, because I don't know if a lot of people know about it. We started that kind of as a side thing here because there was people on this channel that just wanted the reviews and were complaining about the timers and stuff like that on the content and stuff. So we moved that over to the Ombre Cave channel, where we talk about aging tequilas, using the Beyond Barrel aging staves. We talk about all different kinds of things, the similarities between winemaking and tequila making. We talk about brands, we talk about producers, we talk about everything. So it's a lot of good content on that channel, so make sure you head on over there, subscribe, and that way you can be notified when we do the live streams. We normally do them Tuesdays and Thursdays at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Have lots of good content. So some things that are happening right now, for those of you that follow me religiously or whatever, the Carrera 54 is out. That's what I'm going to be drinking here tonight, and it is absolutely fantastic. If you look at the Tequila Matchmaker app reviews that the users have put up there, it's killing it because it's really good. And some people are like, "Oh, you're only promoting it because you sell it." And that's not true. The only reason why I sell it is we sell it on Fermented still is because I fell in love with it and said, we got to make sure as many people as possible can get this. So we bought the whole batch, and so people can easily buy it on Fermented still. It does come with a neck tag on it that says presented by the Tequila Hombre, because I did work with them on creating this flavor profile, and so I'm very proud of it. It's amazing stuff. I'm not just saying that because I'm influenced by the fact that a store that I work with is selling it. No, not at all. It's because I absolutely love it. I don't act that way. I don't do things that way. And there's been some speculation, some theorizing on my reviews and them being biased. Which is a bunch of malarkey. My reviews aren't biased. People need to understand that the stuff that we stock on Fermented still is stuff that I like. It's the stuff that I give a good review to. So when I talk to a brand, when a brand contacts me about, hey, we'd like for you to do a review, I say, great, send me bottles of whatever it is that you want me to review. I don't charge them to do the reviews. I just say, send me a bottle of what it is that you'd like for me to review. And when I review it and stuff, if I like it, then we will... if it's distributed here in the state of California, we will purchase it and offer it on Fermented still. So when people see my reviews, they can go and purchase it online and be able to order it no matter where they are across the country. There's some states they don't ship to, but it gets it in more people's hands. So it's about supporting the brand. It's the reason why we started Fermented still. It's about supporting the small guys. I've had a lot of people before we started it, before I partnered up with the partners and created it, that would message me or email me saying, hey, I can't find this where I'm at. Do you know where I can find it? And so that's one of the reasons why Ferment and Still became to fruition. The other reason was because we were getting ripped off by retailers for our Tequila Barrel and Agave Collective purchases. So I needed a permanent home to be able to bring our barrels and stuff in. We had one place that, even though I negotiated with the distributor to get a discount for them, they jacked our prices up to make more money on it and didn't honor the reduced price and stick with what they should have made on it. Instead, they made more. And then another time they gave us a good price, but they jacked the shipping up on it. to mess with us and to make more money off of us. And so one of the reasons why we created the Fermented Still was to become a permanent home for the offerings from the Tequila Barrel and Agave Collective. So, talking about the Tequila Barrel and Agave Collective, that is a group that I formed a long time ago. Excuse me. Before I start doing videos and video reviews, I created the Tequila Barrel and Agave Collective, and it was on an idea that we as a group can purchase some special batches, special barrels of tequila that can be sent out to the users across the country instead of it being assigned to individual location stores. So before, what typically happens is a liquor store will do a barrel pick, and then you have to go to the liquor store to find that barrel. By doing this, I could pick really good barrels, and then we can actually get it sent throughout the United States through our retail partner. And so people all over can get this unique, very good barrel that I personally hand select through tasting multiple barrels and picking the best ones. So so that's what the Tequila Barrel and Agave Collective's like. And right now, we do have the Yayo Single Barrel Reposado for the Tequila Barrel and Agave Collective. The members are purchasing it right now as we speak, and it's in the process of being shipped out. So the members should be getting theirs pretty soon. So if you want to get in on the Yayo Single Barrel Reposado, ours is fantastic. It's got really nice chocolate and banana notes on it. I actually did a live stream with John Bollinger from Yayo on the Ombre Cave channel, where we did the selection of the barrel, and it's actually really good. It's so easy to drink, and for something that was 90 proof too, and so delicious. People are going to go crazy over it when they get it. I'm excited for the members to actually receive their bottles and to get it. But we're running low on it. People have been buying it up like crazy, so if you're interested in getting some of our special barrel, make sure you join the collective. The link is in the description, so you can click on that and head on over. It's $10 a month to be a member, and that just basically supports what I do with the collective and travel and stuff like that. It helps, me recuperate some of the money that I spent. The first 2.5, 3 years I did the collective, I didn't charge people for it. It was a free membership thing, and I spent around $15,000 a year in my own money to fund it. And it got to the point where my wife's like, look, you can't keep doing this because our money's coming in, and you're spending a lot of money on doing this. Maybe you should do a membership program and stuff, try to recuperate some of that money. So that's what we're doing, is I try to recuperate some of the money that I spend on travel to go out and to try barrels and to work with distilleries on creating special batches for the collective. So little insight into how the workings and stuff go. All my reviews are unbiased. They're not biased because we're offering it. We're only offering it because I liked it, and I wanted to have give people the opportunity to get it after I reviewed it. That's why. So it's kind of it won't make it on Fermented Still unless I like it, and am gonna am gonna be okay and stake my reputation on the fact that it's listed on there. So, all right, so let's check in with our subscribers now that are commenting and see what's going on. So, hey, Tater Don, cheers. Glad you can make it. Hey, Jan, good to see you. Glad you can make it. Hey, Tony, glad you can make it. Scott Henderson, good to see you again. Good to have you back, buddy. Hey, Christopher. Hola. Bienvenido, welcome. Travis. Hey, you're welcome. You're welcome on the recommendations. Thanks for trusting me, and I'm glad that I haven't disappointed you yet. I do take, feedback and stuff like that. I want to make sure that everything that I recommend that people come back and enjoy. So I'm glad you enjoy the recommendations. Hey, Quicksilver. Bienvenido, welcome. Hey, El Magico, you're a little late, not too much. You're good. We're just going over my initial speech there. Hello, all. Missed the last couple lives, but I'm here. Low Emmy 54. No, Emmy 51. Okay, so I guess you got the 54 Carrera. Missed the last couple lives, but I'm here. Okay. Hey, Frankish. Hola. Bienvenido. Welcome to this live stream. So today we're sipping on the, I'm sipping on the Carrera high proof, the 54 still strength Blanco from Carrera Tequila. Stuff is ridiculously good. A lot of the people on here have already gotten theirs, and so they can attest. They'll comment and tell you what they think about it. It is one of the best Blancos that I have personally ever had, and I can say that it is so good. It's got so much agave flavor that it's ridiculous, and so I've actually kind of become addicted to it, where I crave it. It's like sometimes at night it's like, okay, I need to have some tequila, I need to have some drink, I'm going to go out and have some Carrera 54 and have a cigar in the garage. And I literally polished off 1.5 bottles so far, so it's good stuff. So if you haven't gotten any yet, make sure you head over to fermentandstill.com and grab some before this batch is gone. I'm sure the second batch is going to be good, but I don't know if it's going to be this good. I hope it's this good. But this stuff is ridiculously good. And so far, everybody that I know that has commented back to me has really enjoyed it and was really impressed by how good that this tequila is. So, and I'm sure some of the guys on here, I know there's a bunch of them here that have tried it and have had it. So, and so they can tell you that it's good. So, let me see. Victor Santiago, bienvenido, welcome. Glad you can make it. Leo says, great suggestion. I got 3 bottles of Carrera. It's great. So there you go. There's an endorsement right there. Danny says, how can someone get one? You get it through fermentandstill.com. It's the bestseller right there. So you'll see it on the bestseller category there, right on the front page. They're selling a ton of it. We bought the whole batch. So all of it belongs to Ferment and Still. It's an exclusive, so you can go get yours there and order it. And I recommend doing that before it's gone, because once it's gone, you never know. Hey, Beyond Barrels, glad you can make it. And see, even Frankish commented, the Carrera High Proof is very tasty. It's amazing stuff. It's really good. Scott says, big order coming in tomorrow with 2 bottles of the 54. I'm sure I'll be ordering much more soon. Okay, good. Yeah, it is so good. It's ridiculously good on how much agave flavors in this thing. It reminds me of when I go to the distilleries and they pop up an oven like, here, try some, and they hand you a piece of cooked agave. It reminds me of like munching in that, but it's only a higher proof. So it's, hey, Brian, bienvenido. Hello, Ombre from Dayton. Hope all is well with everyone. Oh, everyone here is great. So, hope you're doing well in Dayton. Hope the weather's behaving for you. Quicksilver says the Carrera 54 is an agave bomb, but be warned that 108 proof sneaks up. It does. Yes, it does. You end up getting pretty silly and happy very quickly with it. So, this is definitely a sipper, and you want to be careful with it. And even Johnny E says this 54 is great, loving it. See, the reviews that people have posted so far on TMM are in the 95 range, so that tells you a lot too. Normally you see like some of them in the 80s. This one's just so good. You're seeing a lot of reviews pop up. I gave it a 96. It's that good, so it's one of the best Blancos that I've ever put in my mouth. So. Hello, Beyond Barrels. You're saying hi to yourself, Chris. That's pretty clever. I like that. All right, so let's see some other things we can talk about today. Let's talk a little bit about the additives and additive-free designation, verified additive-free. There's been a lot of talk lately where people are like, well, if it's not on the TMM verified additive free list, then how do we know it's not additive free? And the question I have is, well, if it's on the TMM additive free list, how do we know that it is indeed additive free? So there's, a big controversy about this stuff. And, there's people that trust TMM, and that's great. You can do that. But there's a lot of producers out there, a lot of distilleries, a lot of brands that don't think that they have the authority to determine what's additive free and what isn't. So they don't want to pay or don't want to really open their books up for them to come in and inspect their operations to get on the list. Doesn't mean they're hiding anything. Doesn't mean that their tequila isn't additive free. It just means they don't recognize any authority that TMM may think that they have, or that the tequila drinkers think that TMM has. So there's people that are like, well, if they're not certified additive free, which it's not really called certified additive free, it's called verified additive free, then they must be hiding something. They're not hiding something. They just don't believe in doing that. So, and I don't blame them. So now that CRT has actually come out with a certification. So it's certified natural and additive free. So the CRT is doing that, and the CRT is basically the only organization that is legally able to certify anything with tequila. So so they have a program that's coming out. Well, it'll be certified additive free, and it'll be a lot more accessible to brands that want to use it and to distilleries that want to use it. There's no hefty fees to be part of the program or anything like that. They basically can just say, hey, we want to be certified additive free, and since they send samples of every batch that they make to the CRT can do the testing and stuff. The CRT has the labs to do the testing. They can do the testing, and they can verify that it's additive free. So there will be a CRT, and it'll be in the Norma. They'll probably see a change to that here sometime soon. I don't know if it will be, but there's rumors that they're going to do a change to the Norma where they'll add an additive free segment to it, which would be kind of cool. So so you may see a lot more certified additive free things on bottles from the CRT, not the verified additive free from TMM. It'll be certified additive free, and those are the ones that are actually certified by the regulatory agency that regulates tequila. So it's coming on the pike. So that's where I would be more inclined to believe what the CRT is putting out versus Tequila Matchmaker. Now, Tequila Matchmaker does a great app. I love their app, but their app also has information that's inaccurate. And I experience that a lot because I do the reviews. A lot of times I'll reference the app, and then I'll call the producers and I'll say, okay, so this is what I've got. Is this correct? And a lot of times they go, no, that's not correct. We don't do that. And I'm like, oh, well, it was listed in TMM. And then they go, well, the TMM guys have never been here. I've never toured them on it. And so that information's incorrect. And so then they'll give me the correct information. And I'm like, okay, thank you. And so, and then I'll try to let TMM know. And a lot of times some of the response I've gotten back was, it's close enough. So I'm like, oh, okay. All right. Well, close enough is okay for you. That's not okay for me, because when I do these things, I kind of put my reputation on the line. So I try to verify it with the distillers, the producers, the brands, to make sure the information is accurate. So there's some information on TMM that's inaccurate. We all know that too from the G4 fiasco from several months ago, where they listed G4 as being inactive, and it wasn't, and that caused a huge fiasco. So there's things in there that aren't necessarily correct, but for the most things are pretty good on there and pretty accurate. So you have to be careful and understand that there may be some inaccuracies in there, and not think that it is the word of God what you find on TMM, because it's not. The best way to get the correct information is to get it directly from the producers, and that's basically what I try to do when I'm reviewing something. Is I'll find out from the producers or from the brand what's involved and what the story is and everything. So Travis says amen to that. Thank you. Hola, hombre. Hope all is well from the A1. Glad you can make it. Hit the likes, peep. Yes, definitely click on the like. Give me a thumbs up for the information I'm sharing. And more importantly, don't forget to go over to the Ombre Cave and click subscribe on there. Subscribe to the Ombre Cave, because I'm going to be doing this more often and making myself readily available over there for these podcast type things. And we're going to be doing interviews with brands and with producers and stuff. So you don't want to miss out on that content. I'm trying to keep this type of stuff off of the Tequila Hombre channel. So make sure you go over to the Ombre Cave and click the subscribe buttons and the notification bell next to it, so you get notified when we go live there. And if you ask a lot of these guys here, we're live twice a week on the Ombre Cave. A lot of these guys are my Ombre Cave guys as well. So so it doesn't cost anything to subscribe to it. Just go click subscribe and join. And that way you can participate, ask questions and stuff when I do the live streams, and those different topics and stuff that we come up with that are fun, different projects that we do. And then I also give away samples of things too. So if you ever said, hey, I want to be able to try some stuff without having to buy a bottle, you could luck out and get samples of things on the Ombre Cave channel, because I've been known to give away samples. After reviews, I've been known to give away samples of what I reviewed to people on the Ombre Cave channel that want to try it. So that's a good thing to be a member of, subscriber to, and enjoy the content that we give you there on the Ombre Cave. So the Yayo Single Barrel Reposado is shipping. That's the Tequila Barrel and Agave Collective's single barrel. It is not open to the public. It is exclusively for the collective members. So if you want to get in on that buy, it's inexpensive. It's $70, right? $70.99, I think, is our price, and it's exclusive for them. So if you want to get access to this, you can join the collective. And then we've got other batches coming in. We got some really cool stuff coming in the future too. We just had a load of stuff. I know I've probably drained the money out of most of the members from the cool. We had this Carrera 54 that came out. We had the El Tesoro Lafroig and Yeho that we have, and then we had the Carrera 54, and it all came within like a couple weeks of each other. So that one was kind of hefty, this run, but I tried to space them out several months apart from each other, but things were delayed, and then they ended up hitting at the same time. But we have some that'll be coming in the next couple of months too, so people have time to lick their wounds and kind of get their savings stash back up again for the next stuff that comes out. So, hey Travis, thank you. You're too kind. I appreciate you. Thank you for watching the reviews and listening. Love the live streams on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Yeah, so there you go. Scott Henderson, he's one of my normal live stream guys on the Ombre Cave channel. So, have you ever had a maker say there are no additives in their tequila and then test yourselves and find out it does? Absolutely. I haven't had makers say that there's no additives. I've had brands say there's no additives. But what happens typically too is a lot of times they go to a distillery and they don't really say, hey, how's this made? Instead they go to the distillery, and the distillery gives them samples. And they go, what do you think of this? And they go, that's good, but it's a little, harsh for me. What do you think of this? And then they go, oh, this is really good, but I want it to be a little more sweeter, I think. And then they go, how about this? And they go, yeah, that one's really good. And they say, okay, this is your tequila. This is what we'll do for you. But they don't know. The producer doesn't say, oh, we put a bunch of additives in to make it taste like this. So, and they didn't ask. They didn't know to ask. So a lot of times they think, oh, there's no additives in my tequila, but there is. They just don't know how it was made. The brands that are really in tune with the tequila world and don't want additives are the ones that say to the producers, I don't want you to put any additives in this. And the producers won't. Because what ends up happening is if they go, you put additives in this is gross, they have to eat that whole batch, and they don't want to do that. They want to make money. So they'll say, yeah, okay, no additives, and they won't put additives in it. But they, I've never had a producer tell me we don't use additives and then taste it and say, we have additives. A lot of the producers that I talk to use additives. They say, they look at me and they go, we do use additives, and we do it because Americans like sweet tequila and will sell a ton of it, which is true. It's true. And God bless them. But, they should put the sticker on the bottle, but they're not required to. And that's the thing. It's like, instead, they're like, hey, we want to sell a lot of it. Americans like sweet tequila, so we're giving Americans what they want, which is, who can blame them for doing that, right? And there's a smaller segment that doesn't want additives. I'm not a big additive person. I don't like sweet tequila. And so I don't prefer additives in my tequila. I don't have any additive tequilas. I have a couple because they were sent to me for review that were gross. But, all the stuff you see on the shelves here, they're all additive free. There's no additives in them. And I love additive free tequila. And I can pretty much taste when there's additives in it. It becomes pretty apparent after a while of drinking additive free tequila. But I also get to know the producers enough too, where I know what their feelings are on additives, and I know how they feel about it, and then and that's pretty much it. If when they're very proud of their heritage and what their grandfather did and their father did, and they want to maintain that, I know these guys aren't going to put additives in their tequila. They don't believe in it. They're like, why do I need to put additives in? I can make it good. I can make it the way I like it and the way the people that drink my tequila like it without additives, so I don't need additives. And so those are the ones, the producers that I talk to mostly. When they say there's no additives, I know there's no additives. Where are we at now? So have you ever had which barrel number is the Yayo Repo pick? Our barrel number is barrel 7. Barrel 7. We got barrel 7. I bought a case of the new. Can't wait. My wallet is hurting. Yes. You bought a case of the Yayo, right? The Yayo. Yeah. I understand. I bought 2 cases of the Yayo, and I bought another case of the Carrera on my order that I'd put in when the Yayo landed. So I bought 2 cases of Yayo and 1 case of another case of Carrera because I'm already halfway through the first case of Carrera, so it's good stuff. Barrel 7. Yeah, okay, there he is. Jan answered it for you, too. What did I think of Ocho Puntas? I like it. I liked it a lot. It's good. But I think this blows Ocho Puntas out of the water. The Carrera 54 is better than Ocho Puntas. And I still have bottles of Ocho Puntas over here. I still have bottles of it. I got like 3 bottles of it. But I'm drinking more of this because the agave is just so much more richer in this. I don't know how they did it. I know we talked about some process changes, stuff they did, but when they said they used some of the most ripe agave that they used in a long time for this. So it was over 7 years old. So it's super ripe. And the agave flavor on this is just so good. It's so ridiculous. And if you look at the reviews, I'm not the only one saying that. You look at the reviews on Tequila Matchmaker, the ones that wrote out reviews, they're like, oh, agave. It's true. The agave on this is so good. It's ridiculous. It is. This is a tequila, a Blanco lover's dream right here. This Carrera 54. It really is. I promise you, if you buy a bottle and you don't think it's got the most agave you've ever tasted or close to the most agave, you don't think it's a great high proof Blanco, then send the bottle to me and I'll gladly finish it for you. Just don't put anything else in it. Just, seal it up as it is. I don't see anything floating in it. It's that good. So another thing that the that the Tequila Barrel and Agave Collective has going for it too is we have another 10-year Ray Sol edition single barrel.
Did you say Ray Sol, man? Oh yeah, I love Ray Sol. And if you know what Raysal does to me, if you saw my review, well, it's so good, it's so smooth, it has such good flavors, it coats the mouth just wonderfully, and it makes me want to sing. I love my Raysal, baby, and you should love it too, because without Raysal, the world would not have rainbows and unicorns, baby. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Sorry, every time people say Raysal, I have to use my Raysal voice. Right, we have a 10-year single barrel Raysal that's for the collective right now. It's really good, so people are purchasing that as well. That was kind of not our pick, but something that somebody had said, hey, we have some leftover from barrel that we didn't have enough people interested to buy it, so do you want it? I'm like, sure. So they sent me a bottle to review, and we put it up, and it's good. It's good. I enjoy it. So I think the members that bought it will enjoy it as well. So there you go. So we have that too. There's a lot of things going on with the collective. We also are going to be doing a single barrel El Tequilano soon. They just contacted me and asked me about that. That should be happening here soon. What else do we have? Oh, we have another El Tesoro that's coming, but we ended up getting one of Carlos's special reserve El Tesoro Reposados from his special reserve. Can you believe that? Yes, score, baby. That's going to be great. I'm looking forward to that one. Anything that comes from Carlos Camarena's special reserve is going to be magic. Is the low-cost El Tequilano Reposado around $25 a bottle a mixto or 100% agave? They sell their Gran Reserva Repo for around $50. Yeah, I think they're. I think it's 100% agave for the Repo. Is it? No, I'm trying to remember. No, I think it's mixto. I think it's mixto. I think because their baseline Blanco is mixto, so I think that the Repo's mixto too. I haven't looked to see if it says 100% agave. I don't buy that one, so I don't know for sure. I'd have to look at the bottle, but if it says 100% agave on it, then you know it's 100% agave. If you look at the label and it doesn't say 100% agave, then I'm willing to wager that it's a mixto. So look at the label, and that'll tell you. I haven't really looked at it that much, and I don't study El Tequilano stuff that much. Only the stuff from El Tequilano that I really have is I have their platinum, platinum Blanco. I have their Gran Reserva Repo. I have the Gran Reserva Añejo, and I have the Repo that's an extra Añejo, the 6-year. And then I also have 2 older bottles. I have an Añejo, their 50th anniversary Añejo, and I have their old Gran Reserva from their old bottling. I've got several bottles of each of those as well. I love El Tequilano stuff, and I actually have their mixto, not mixto. Their their Cristalino, which if you haven't seen it yet, I did a review for the Cristalino on the roof of the Saez Hotel in Tequila with Tony Saez. That was a lot of fun. We had a blast with that one. So if you haven't seen that video yet, it's here on the channel. Go check it out. Tony's a good guy, good friend of mine. I love the brand, and I love what he does, but I'm not sure about the low-cost Repo. I'm going to say it's probably a mixto, but I haven't looked at it, see if the label says 100% agave or not on it. So you can look at that and see for yourself. Do you have an expression you prefer personally? No, I don't. I drink everything. I drink Blanco. I drink Repos and Añejos and extra. I drink them all. So it depends on what I'm in the mood for, what I'm going to do, if I'm going to have a cigar, whatever. But actually, I do enjoy a good stogie with Blanco as well as with a Repo, Añejo, and extra Añejo. So it all depends basically what I'm in the mood for as to what I'm preferring at the moment. Wait, is the Raysal voice the same voice as the French oak stave? Yeah, because it's Raysal's French oak. That's why. So, the Reposado Rare is really good. That's the Repo I'm talking about. The Reposado Rare. Only problem with the Repo Rare is their cork has issues. It shrinks. So, El Tequila Blanco mixture versus Platino. What's the difference in taste? You're gonna find the Blanco to taste a little different. The Platino is going to be more agave, definitely more agave flavor to it. The mixto is meant more for mixing cocktails. They use that in the Batanga cocktail in Mexico, so it's El Tequilano mixto, and then it's mixed with Coca-Cola and lime. And they take the knife that they use to cut the lime and they mix it with the knife, and it's supposed to add extra flavor to it too. But they use the mixto for that, and the mixto is more of good for mixing. It's really inexpensive, so it's good for bars for their pouring cost. Where the Platino is more going to have more agave flavor to it, and is going to be a thicker viscosity to it, and a better overall sipping tequila than the mixto. But the mixto is still a good sipping tequila. It's just, it tastes great, but it may give you a headache if you drink too much of it too fast, or too much of it, period, in one night. Mixtos have a tendency of doing that. They're headache bombs. But it's good. It's a 70-30 mixture of agave and piloncillo sugar. But it's really good. It's one of the few mixtos that I don't mind drinking. It's good. So has any of the tequila influencers reached out to you about the Carrera 54 on the download to tell you how good? No. And they wouldn't buy it. They want everything for free, or they want to be paid to do videos and stuff. So no one's reached out to me and said, hey, I bought a bottle of that Carrera 54 and I love it. None of them. I don't get paid by the brands to do this, to do my videos. I just do them. And and really, the way I receive my funding, most of my funding, is through the Tequila Barrel and Agave Collective members, and through the members of this YouTube channel, the people that are members here. Those are the ones that support what I do. And so those are the ones that I'm really, truly thankful for. And I appreciate. Those are the ones that really allow me to do these reviews and stuff without saying to the brands, hey, you want me to do a video on your tequila that's going to cost you so much money, which there are producers out there that are not producers, influencers out there that do that. So you'll notice there's certain influencers that will review the same brands over and over and over and over and over and over and ad nauseum. They'll do videos about them ad nauseum. It's because they're being paid ad nauseum by the brands to do it. So I am not being paid. So only time I talk about brands is when they send me a bottle to do a review, or they have something new and it's good, and I want people to know about it and help the brand get some exposure. That's the only reason why I talk about stuff. Or if we're doing, a collective thing, because when we do the collective buys, it supports the brands as well. When we did a barrel Yayo, John Bollinger, I love Yayo. I love my friend Sergio Cruz at 1414, and Sergio Vivanco is a good friend of mine, and Cesar Vivanco, and all those guys there. I know them all. They're like part of my family, and I will do anything to support them and the brands that they put out that are very good and additive-free. There's only like one or two brands that are come out of 1414. Excuse me, that I don't like. So Carrera 54, how many bottles is that in this case? Six bottles to a case. Thank you. I find the Platino to be it's a great sipper. It's a fantastic sipper. I like the Platino, but the mixto is good for making cocktails. I mean, yeah, I was going to say that the cork sucks if you're not careful. It's got an inch dried out, and it will evaporate and leak. So if you have to be careful with it. So that's the only thing is I have cork issues with that. Don Papa 10 year. Any thoughts? No, I haven't tried it, so I can't provide any thoughts on it. But I don't know if you know the brand and want them to send me one. I'll do a review on it. Okay, and these are just two of the community members helping each other, which is good. We like that. So, yeah, there's 6 to a case for the Carrera 54, the high proof. And this stuff is magic. It really is. It is so good. And if you are a Blanco person and you haven't bought it yet, you're punishing yourself, and that's fine because there's more for everybody that's drinking it that likes it to get more. Don't punish yourself. Don't do that to yourself. Was that any thought on Fortaleza providing more availability on the East Coast? What do you mean providing more? They're building a new distillery. You know that, right? They're building a new distillery. So they're increasing production. So you'll see more. I think I was told that it's supposed to open in December, and so you'll see more availability all over the place next year. So just, drink other things right now, and enjoy other tequilas, and wait until next year, and you'll see more of it pop up all over the place. If you have to have Fortaleza. I'm not a huge Fortaleza drinker, so I'm not missing it at all. I have bottles here that I haven't drank that have been sitting here for a while, so I'm not missing it. I don't get caught up in the hype and where I have to have it. I think this is better than the Still Strength Blanco, which I do love the Still Strength. I think it's one of my favorite expressions from Fortaleza, but this is better than that. I'll take the Carrera 54 over the Fortaleza Still Strength any day. Only if the French Oak number 3 is toasted with gold. Yeah, there you go. Will the next Carrera 54 have gold flakes? I didn't see that comment. Yeah. Hey, if it did, I would still buy it. But I wanted to have the LED light in the bottom. Now, you guys saw, did you see that review? We can talk about this tequila here for a little bit. I did the review on this yesterday. This is the coolest thing ever. I mean, look, normally when you have a bottle and you bring it to a bar, normally you have to put it on top of a light to light it for the bar, right? But this one comes with its own light. You just basically click the button on the bottom, and you can have it, blink and all kinds of stuff, and it's got 24 karat gold flakes in it. Now, look at that. It's like, yes! Here, how can you do it?
Oh, yeah, that just sings luxury, baby. I gotta have a shot of gold in my mouth right away. How do I get some of that stuff?
I think it's cool. I mean, it does just, I mean, how can a tequila with gold flakes floating in it not scream luxury, right? So, I love the light in the bottle. I mean, it just really, that's, being a former wedding and event DJ, that is cool stuff right there. I mean, I like that. So you can totally see this as a club tequila, right? So, I tasted it yesterday and did the review, and it's a Cristalino, so it's carbon filtered to take the color out, but there's still yellow color to it because they didn't do a hardcore filtering of it. But it comes across as being sweet because I think some of the other elements that kind of would have balanced it out were filtered out with it. There's no additives in this because it comes from 1414 and they're additive free. I know the Vivancos, I know they wouldn't put additives in anything, but it's definitely on the sweeter side because of how it was filtered. And they left a lot of the wood notes in there. It's not like they could choose, but I think it's because there was just more of them that weren't filtered out than other flavors that would have been blended in there with it. But I think people that like Clase Azul and Additivo and Cava de Oro, those type of sweet tequilas will just love this. And instead of spending $300 on a reposado in a bottle, you can't even see the tequila through it, and it doesn't have its own disco light. I mean, why would you want to buy the Clase Azul instead of this? And this is it's sweet. It's got caramel and vanilla, just the stuff that these additive guys that like Clase Azul and stuff like without the additives. So my suggestion is, if you have friends that like Clase Azul and they're spending $200 and something on a bottle of it, tell them, hey, get the La Santa. That way we're supporting 1414, right? We're supporting a good distillery that doesn't use additives and stuff, because they'll get more orders to make more of this for them. And people get to try a tequila without additives, even though it's a Cristalino, and get off the additive train. So I think it's a good thing. They're not paying, twice the price for Clase Azul. And they can have a really good shooting tequila, sipping, whatever they want to do with it, it'll work. It's just not something I particularly care for. I don't really do the Cristalino thing, except for the only ones that are on Ferment and Still are El Tequileno and the one from Casa San Matias, because they were the first two ones that I had that don't have additives in them. This one also doesn't have an additive, but the gold flakes and the whole light and stuff just was like, yeah, no. So we're not selling this on Ferment and Still, but they can buy it at Old Town and all the other places that sell all the syrupy stuff. They sell this too, so you can look for it there, or have them look for it there. And I'm sure it's available in a lot of stores, because I know the distributor that's selling it, gets stuff out in the stores very easily. So this may be a good alternative for the Clase Azul people. So let me see, where did I lose the last person here? Here we go. Do you know when the next Ocho Puntas will come out? I don't know, and I know it's supposed to be coming out here sometime soon. It'll be a different field, but I'm not sure what field yet. I can reach out and find out from the brand rep here. I know him pretty well, so I can find it. But for the Puntas, if it's allocated, it will go to the collective members first. So the collective members will get the chance to buy this, just like I pretty much do with all the allocated stuff. The Tequila Barrel and Agave collective members get first shot. What's your thought for best reposado for a Cadillac margarita? Oh, I don't do cocktails. I'm the wrong person to ask about that, Robert. So I don't know. I don't do cocktails. So there's a lot of good reposados out there. I just say try some different ones. My mixing brand, the brand that I basically use for any cocktails that I make, when I make palomas or margaritas, it's El Tesoro. Sorry, I use El Tesoro as my well tequila here at the house. Have you seen the Vulcan de Matira XA? Some of them have an LED and it looks super cool. I haven't seen that one yet, no. But I like the LED light. I think that's cool. Yeah. That's all we need is another channel. Mark's Disco Cave. Yeah. I'm like, should I create a channel called Mark's Disco Cave?
Yes, you should. Build it and they will come.
No, there's not going to be Mark's Disco Cage, but that's okay. Will it make her clothes fall off, though? Won't any tequila? Depends on who she is and what kind of clothes she's wearing, I guess, right? That's right. Depends on the quality of the gold. This is 24 karat, baby. 24 karat magic in the air. I know Bruno Mars would like this stuff. All right, where were we? The brothers at the club are going to be all over that gold blinking bottle. I know, right? Everybody will. All the club junkies will. I know if they put this up in the nightclubs, people will be like, what's that there? Oh. They'll be like,
oh, you talking about that? You talking about this? Are you talking about this? I should
use a different voice here. Let's do it.
Are you talking about this? This is pure luxury. I know you're thinking, can I afford it? Do I want to dive into pure luxury? Do I want to taste 24 karat gold? You do. Trust me, you do. You do! Because once you try this, you'll never go back to the syrupy crap you're used to drinking. So how many shots do you want?
There you go. Okay. All right, Christopher Ergen says, years ago I tried to do an aged last word cocktail with a local bar that had a green LED light in it, but never figured out how to pull it off without being a choking hazard. Well, this one, the light is on the bottom of the outside of the bottle, so you don't have to worry about drinking the light. Hey, quick, that would be in Mark's Tequila Disco Club. Would that be in Mark's? When the movie That Great Gatsby came, yeah, okay. The drink was called The Great Gatsby, okay. Craft 54 is bringing out all the voices today. Yeah, of course, why not? Is there any voices we haven't? Oh, we haven't done the Kazkana's elves. What else have we had? Oh, the Tequila Police.
This is the Tequila Police. Please put down the bottle with the gold in it. Tequila is not supposed to have gold in it. And I believe that gold is stolen, so please put the bottle down and step back away from the additive-free gold-filled bottle.
Yes. So if you have friends and stuff that like Clase Azul, this is a good recommendation for something that's sweet, really easy to drink, and just screams luxury. When the words luxury tequila show up in the dictionary or encyclopedia, this is going to be the bottle that's next to it. It just screams luxury. Look at that. Listening to some good Steve Aoki music while this thing's pumping. Yeah. Oh wow, this has been a fun hour. It's come by so fast. We may have to just keep it going if everyone's going to be hanging out here for a while. So, but we're not going to stock it on fermented. It's not something I'm going to be drinking, but it's kind of cool. It's kind of cool. It's a good alternative for the guys that like the sweeter tequilas. This way you won't have to have all the additives. It's additive free because 1414 doesn't use additives. So, except I don't know how they can say it's additive free though when there's gold in it. Isn't gold considered an additive? Now, if you want to get technical on things too, when you age a tequila, you're putting additives in it. So, just, a true additive-free tequila is a Blanco like this. No additives, period. But when you put the tequila in a barrel, you're adding additives to it. So you're adding whatever whiskey or whatever bourbon or wine or whatever was in the barrel, you're adding that into it. As well as you're adding all the vanillin from the barrel into it as well. And other flavor notes that come from the barrel, that's being added in as well. So it's all additive. So when you say, hey, I like additive-free tequila, in order for that to be 100% accurate, you have to drink Blanco that has nothing added to it. Pure Blanco. Otherwise, if you like añejos, repos, or whatever, you're drinking tequila with additives because the barrel's an additive. The barrel notes are additives. They don't come naturally in the tequila when it's produced. It's just comes from the barrel. So, if we want to get technical, that's something to think about. But as far as like, altering the flavor by enhancing what was done in the barrel and stuff, that kind of stuff I can say, okay, yeah, that's bad. But everyone that drinks aged tequilas, so if you're doing additives, it's additives. It's literally additives. All right, so how is that red wine stave going in your tequila? I have no vested interest in asking about that. Oh, it's been pulled, actually. I'll be tasting that one later. It's still, where is it? Oh. I pulled the stave out, Christopher, and I'm letting it marry. Because I want it to be married with children. Look at it. It looks great, right? It's got kind of purple hue, reddish purple hue to it from the wine, from the Cabernet Sauvignon that was in it. Did I say that French enough? Cabernet Sauvignon. So, it looks beautiful. So this is aged. This was a regular Blanco, if you can see from the label. It says a Carrera Blanco, but I dropped a Beyond Barrel aging stave that looks like this, that I used to age a Cabernet Sauvignon wine that I made here at the house. And I dropped it after I pulled it right out of the wine. It was soaked in red wine and Cabernet Sauvignon, and I dropped it right into the bottle. And so it just started leaching all this Cabernet Sauvignon out of the Beyond Barrel stave into the tequila, thus flavoring it while adding wonderful barrel notes to it from the Beyond Barrel aging stave. So I'm letting it marry, and then I'll do a tasting of it probably maybe Thursday this week or maybe next week. We'll see. And this message is brought to you by your friends at Beyond Barrel Aging Staves. Not really. I don't do commercials. I just thought it was a joke because Chris, who said he has no vested interest, is the owner of Beyond Barrel Aging Staves, and he was just finding out how my project was coming along. So that's where look here, and then even Beyond Barrel Aging Staves says Chris asked about. I'm glad Chris asked about that because he's actually sitting and and working both accounts. So, all right. So, what is this? Never tried Tequila Ocho Añejo. Worth it. I think their repo is amazing and $20+ cheaper. Yeah, their Añejo is good. Everything that Ocho makes is good. I've never had a bad bottle of anything from Ocho, so absolutely, it's worth it. Personally, I'm an Ocho fan, but I don't think you can go wrong with anything they sell. Yeah, I don't think so either. Have you tried Lagrimas? No, I haven't tried Lagrimas. Was the La Santa good? It was sweet. It wasn't bad. It wasn't something that I liked, but I thought I just did this too. I think people that like Clase Azul and Additivo and the additive laden stuff are gonna love it because it's on the sweeter side. It's very easy to drink. It's or as the word goes, that I don't particularly care for that much. It's smooth, baby.
Smooth. There you go. It's very smooth.
So I think people that like Clase Azul and Additivo and Cabo de Oro and stuff will all like this, and it's additive free though, so it's a good recommendation for those people. Chris, you're cracking me up. This is the best part of having to handle so you can talk to yourself. There you go. I have absolutely no idea. Okay, these two are just going crazy here. R. Adam says, are you aging a bottle of the 54? I am not currently, no. I like this too much to age it right now, so maybe further on down the line I'll do it. But I'm enjoying sipping this one without aging it. there's certain times where you have to respect the tequila, and this one is so good as it stands that it doesn't need to be aged, and I don't want to age it. So, but if other people want to age it, by all means, go ahead. But for me, it just seems like a sin to cover up some of this beautiful agave notes that are in this with wood. Any word on the special tequila coming from Sergio Cruz, or did he decide to keep that for himself? No, I'm still trying to get him to bottle it. As soon as I can get him to bottle it, it's still sitting there. I asked him the other day, hey, do you still have our tequila? He's like, yeah, we still have it. I'm like, well, we need to get it bottled. And they've just been so busy with all their brands and stuff, they haven't had a chance to bottle it yet. So I may be going there in August, and if it's not done yet, I may say, hey, we need to get this bottled. But right now, we don't need another Blanco. We've got the 54 right now, so we just need the 54 to be sold out, and then we can focus on another batch. So buy more 54, and then we'll worry about the Viva Mexico special edition later, okay? Thank you, Scott. I'm glad you enjoy it. You guys, don't forget, too, to click the thumbs up. Give me a like for the information I'm sharing today. I'm doing it for free. I'm helping you guys out. Here, spending time with you on a Tuesday night. We're having fun. I'm drinking a Carrera 54 Blanco. Salud, my friends. And for those of you that want to tune in more often, go to the Ombre Cave channel. Go to YouTube and click, and just bring up another window on the side of this one, and type in youtube.com and bring it up on a separate browser window, and then go to and search the Ombre Cave, because that's the one channel we're normally on. I just did it today because I wanted to tell more people about the Ombre Cave channels, get more people to go over there. But I do these twice a week and sometimes more on the Ombre Cave channel. So you guys can ask questions. We can talk about different things. I bring producers on as well as brand owners on for interviews, and there's lots of great information that's shared there. And so you don't want to miss that one, especially if you like these type of things. So that's going to be more of the podcast format content over there on the Ombre Cave. So make sure you go to the Ombre Cave on YouTube, open up a separate window. Don't leave this right now. Go to the Ombre Cave on a separate window on our YouTube and click subscribe. It doesn't cost anything. And click the notification bell next to it, and so you get notified when we go live. And that channel, everything's open, so when I go live, you guys can ask questions and stuff. And if you're subscribed, then you'll be able to ask questions and talk. If you're not subscribed, you won't be able to, because I do require you to be a subscriber in order to ask questions and to participate. Well, thank you, Tater Dom. I appreciate that. I'm glad you like it. So that was a lot. We shared a lot of information, and we're still going. So any other questions? You guys want to keep going, or are you ready to call it? I know it's 11 o'clock on the East Coast now, so some of you probably need to go to bed. All right, well, I think I'm going to wrap it up because I think I need to go have a stogie. So, you guys, thanks for coming out tonight. Thanks for tuning in and asking all the great questions and stuff. Don't forget, go to the Ombre Cave channel on YouTube and subscribe to that and click the notification bell. We go live on there like twice a week, so you guys will do these more often where you guys can talk, ask questions. We'll talk about different subjects. I have some producers that want to come on. I have some brands that want to come on. So we're going to have some good content for you, and so I don't want you to miss it. So make sure you go over to the Ombre Cave and subscribe, okay? You can also log into a second account and talk to yourself on Mark's live streams with a second. There you go. Like Christopher's doing today. He's talking to himself. Thank you, Jeff. I appreciate you. I appreciate you watching and supporting the channel by watching, and I'm here to help, always here to help. So if you guys comment on the videos too, a lot of times I'll respond to them. But I hope to see you guys more frequently on the Ombre Cave live streams, and we'll have some fun together, and I'll turn you on to some good stuff, all right? And even give out free samples. I give out free samples on the Ombre Cave. So if you want to try tequilas, like I just say, okay, I'm going to give out samples of this after I do a review, and I'll just randomly pick people that ask questions and talk on the live stream, and I'll say, okay, email me your address, and I'll send you free samples. And I do that on the Ombre Cave. I don't do that here. I do that only on the Ombre Cave channel. So, thank you, Frankish. We'll see you later this week, right, on Thursday night. So, all right, guys, have a great night. And like I always say, life is too short to drink bad tequila. So keep following my reviews, keep taking my recommendations, trying some of the things I like. Join the Tequila Barrel and Agave Collective, links in the description below, and get some of the great buys that we're bringing in for everybody, the single barrels and special batches.